Saturday sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Washington Commanders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Greg Olsen with you. The veteran Matt Prater has this one set to get started. Off we go from SoFi Stadium. This one's crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback. And the ball's coming out to the 35. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. He'll manage to work this forward to the 37. Kobe Bryant there to bring him down.
2 yards on the pick.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And he gets this up close to the 40. Jordan burns that time to make the tackle.
2-yard pickup.
This is 3rd and 6.
All right. Let the high, let the 18. What's up? Why Tony?
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
On 4th down, Stroud. That's taken in, and he's going to have the Chargers first down. They find a way to keep the drive going with the 4th down conversion.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Here we go.
They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
2nd and 10.
All right.
They'll go again here with Taylor. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down.
18. What's up?
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
18.
Now, Stroud. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
So the offense found themselves in a little bit of no man's land. They were too far for a field goal attempt, but too close to attempt a punt. So they decided to be aggressive early and go for it on 4th down. but it was the defense that turned them away with a huge stop to start this game. I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Don't touch it. 180, 180. Crowd left Yeti. Tiger Hornet. Don't touch it. Crowd left Yeti. Don't touch it.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. That pass play good for 22. Good for a Commander's first down. From the gun, it's a give to McCaffrey. And this won't go for maybe a couple, but it does show you that make-him-miss ability that he has.
A gain of 2. Brings up
Second down throw for Hurts.
at the 38-yard line.
That's caught downfield by Smith. And he's in. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Washington. Touchdown number 9 for the year. Prater, extra point is good. The Commanders will take a 7-0 lead.
Chargers, nothing.
So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35.
Real quick. Maybe on that rap to pay the bills. And now I'm fit it. Not even a little bit. Oh, Lord. Know yourself. Know your worth.
How? What's that? What? Hey, South.
Stroud to throw here on first down. He's got his tight end, Alonde Gads in the second. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. 18 yards. And a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
All right. 118.
They'll run here with Hill. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
On the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the Commanders' 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 9.
Look to hot. Look to hot.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Here's a short throw, caught by Wiley. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
19 Texans.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down.
So they decide to be aggressive there on third down, Mike. Now the question is, do they maintain that aggressive style on fourth down, or do they decide to punt? It's going to be a really interesting play call here as it brings up fourth and short.
They'll go. It's Stroud. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on fourth down.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. 118. What's that? Love it.
On the handoff, it's Taylor. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Kobe Bryant there to bring him down.
At the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 7.
All right. 118. What's that?
Here's Stroud. Finds Nakua on the slant. And he'll take this one in. Puka Nakua. Touchdown Chargers. Down for the point after. It's up and good. And the Chargers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Off the play fake, Hurts. And he's caught downfield by Pearsall. And he will dive into the end zone. 71 yards. Touchdown, Washington. Now Prater tack on the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Commanders will move out to a 14-7 lead. One quarter in the books. It's the Commanders with the early lead. We're back in Southern California in a moment.
Matt Prater is set to kick off.
So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
All right.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. Not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. They have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
A second down throw for Stroud. Open man, the tight end, straight down the field. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get 22 yards there. First down, L.A.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here we go. 118. What's that?
They'll run on first down with Taylor. And a good job following in blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Why Tony?
Here's Stroud. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he's into the end zone. Jalen Coker. Touchdown, L.A. Now, the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chargers will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. He fields it at the 8. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. That is Will McDonald in there to drop him. Loss of 5 to start the drive. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Rolling right. And he spots his target downfield. Great teamwork on the completion. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Out of the gun. They'll give it to McCaffrey. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
Shotgun snap now to Hurts. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Inapproachable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
now 4th down.
They're indeed going. It's Hurts. And he's going to have the 1st down. Aggressive call there. Works out as they convert on 4th down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down. Had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. A short one there to Bellinger. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A gain of 6 yards.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
2 minutes to play here in what's been an even 1st half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Edgerrin Cooper. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
Why Tony? Hey, uno.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
4 yards.
That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Trick Wings in there to drop that time. It's a loss of 7.
What really stood out to me, Mike, was the body language of the middle linebacker prior to the ball being snapped. So often we see the guy who's blitzing, they get a little antsy and they tip their hand. But that wasn't the case here. He times it perfectly, nobody accounts for him, and he comes away with the sack.
On second down, Stroud. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. 23 yards on that pass play. And the Chargers have the first down.
Oh, ready?
To throw is Stroud. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
18. What's up? Hey, south.
Throwing on second down. Stroud. He's got his big tight end. Orlando Gadsden. Touchdown, Los Angeles. It's his third touchdown catch this year. The extra point is good. And the Chargers have broken the deadline as they move out to a 21-14 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now, Hurts. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. We'll keep this one on the ground. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. Brought in downfield by Sutton. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Joshua Carney to kick off.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. That's taken in left side by Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Just a really nice, simple play design. Just get the ball to one of your playmakers on an underneath crossing route, and he does the rest to secure a nice gain. That's just good, simple execution.
He's got the big rookie out of LSU, Mason Taylor. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down. To throw, Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. That is caught. What a throw. Devontae Smith Touchdown, Commanders. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Prater, extra point is good. Commanders will even the score. It's now 21 all.
Prater is set to kick off.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Hey, give me a team.
Here we go.
On first down, we'll start with Taylor. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
118. What's that? Hey, uno Mars.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he will go all the way. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown Chargers. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chargers go up by 7. 28-21.
Commanders 21.
Here's Cardi now, kicking away following the touchdown. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Hurts. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That one good for 29.
I like the call, using the screen as a drive starter to pick up a chunk play and get this offense into some rhythm. It's clear this offensive play caller anticipated the rush of the defense, and he was able to use it against them.
On play action, Hurts. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. What I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. We have an injured Charger. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Third and a long way to go.
Great. 63.
To throw is Hurts. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for fourth down. go as they look to throw. And the rush is going to get there. He goes down. They were taking a big risk going for it from their own territory. It does not pay off, and it's turnover on down. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here we go.
On the give, this is Taylor. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Why, Tony?
A second down throw for Stroud. The throw here is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. 17 yards on that connection. It's good for a Charger first down.
Hands, swat. Swat. Mother swat. Hey.
A run with Taylor. And the left first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
4 yards.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
Hey, Uno Mars. Tonight.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. This one caught it before. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Interesting decision. A field goal makes it a 2-score game. They're going to keep the hammer down and go for it on 4th and goal.
11. Tonight.
Here's Stroud. This punt, and he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on down.
These are the opportunities when they present themselves, you have to capitalize. And in this case, it was the defense that forced the turnover on downs and kept them out of the end zone.
The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
4 yards.
Again, it's McCaffrey. As he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 1st and 10.
A gain of 12.
Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And he finds a little bit of space. They'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Hurts going to fire this one out to Smith. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Hurts. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes. Third and long for Hurts. That is intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw on the curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
By Sidney Brown. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2.
All right. Why, Tony? Look the hot.
Stroud. That's complete to Royal. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
There's a reason certain guys might just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On 2nd down, Stroud. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Here's a short throw, caught by Wiley. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
18,
Stroud Going to set up to throw. That's incomplete. Darius Hall on fourth down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Quick throw, out wide, taken in by Pearsall. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. 14 on the pickup. First down, Washington. Now it's Hurts. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain before stepping out of bounds.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers and secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6.
On third down, it's Hurts. He's got his man complete to Pearsall. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
First down, Commanders.
Play action. Here's Hurts. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Left side, complete to Pearsall. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. On the run, McCaffrey. And he will have the Commanders' first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. That's complete to Pearsall.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. Now McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
On 2nd down, Hurts. Flush to his right. He'll let one go down the middle. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Trying to get it to Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. 3rd down coming up.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, They still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
24-yard gain.
Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their second. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. All 3 timeouts left. How much that's going to matter remains to be seen. Here comes 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact infinitely. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Again, Hurts. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
Mike, I know everyone has their opinions about whether to kick it or go for 2, but my honest opinion is I don't even think there's a decision to be made. I'm keeping my offense on the field. We've practiced all week for our gotta-have-it 2-point play. Dial it up. Do not play for overtime. Win this game now in regulation.
The Chargers are going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win, and the crowd rising to make this even more difficult. Oh my goodness, they were in field goal range, but it's intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out, per the new rule, to the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
Now it's Taylor. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. And they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame.
On the quick, right?
On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not. Things are pretty much spoken for.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
They go right back to Taylor. And he'll be brought down there. And that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. And we'll get a timeout. 2 seconds remaining.
All right.
3rd and 2. Here we go.
What's that?
Stroud down to a knee. And that should put the finishing touches on this one. So this one is over. It's in the win column for the Chargers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chargers are winners here as we say so long from SoFi.